Previously on the GAA2, y'all.
Dude! Well, got so much shorter!
Mr. Trevor had an accomplice! Ho ho! An accomplice now. Well then, I presume you're prepared for what's to come. So what's my stance going to be? Did Trevor have an accomplice or not? Alright, let's get back to it. Previously on Ace Attorney... Oh, wait, we already did that part. I could probably use it previously because it's been a few hours here. We are about to name the accomplice of Enoch Trevor, who did the thing, and we've been trying to figure this whole thing out with the whole name the body. I mean, there has to be an accomplice. Like, we already figured that much. But the defense is ready to name Dr. Trevor as accomplice. Dr. Trevor's? I don't know if he's a doctor. Look at all those top hats in the background. Every single guy had to go to a store and spend $20 on a top hat to wear around. Like, what if you don't have $20? You just go in without one? I don't know. Somehow the two bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. Yet, according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. Slap! But that inconsistency itself is a clue. Wait, can you say that again? Counsel? Huh? My lord? Can you, repeat what you just said? The two bird cages must have been switched. Everything points to that. Yet, according to the coroner's report, that's not a possibility. Huh. Coroner's report. Who is actually the coroner again? You have received a stark warning already. If you are nevertheless determined, then I must now ask you to identify this alleged accomplice by name. Oh, he's asking for it. So, your answer, please. Who do you claim to have been Mr. Trevor's accomplice? Okay, so we can rule out a few people here. Namely, her. Yeah, it's totally Iris. That was it. It's not Holmes. I don't think it's him. And even if it was, it would be too early for that. We don't have enough clues pointing to him. I was saying, well, maybe he did it with him. He did it with him. No, but I don't think so, though, because, like... what were we saying before about the whole money thing? Like, he'd have no motive. I mean, like, if you say he has no motive, it's possible that maybe he's not as involved as we thought he was. So maybe he's actually innocent. Okay, it's not Barack, it's not him, and it's definitely not him. It's not her. I don't think it's him. I don't think it's her. She was involved with the waxwork stuff, but... Oh, well... Okay, we'll put a pin in her. Because we're not putting anything else in her, I can tell you that. Balthazar... No, it can't be either of these two dumbasses. Oh, shoot. The coroner. Are they implying that the coroner was, like, in on it? Oh, gosh. I was just saying earlier, who was the coroner? It's right here. But also leader of the FIT. Wow. Man, strong heart. Okay, actually, that's... Alright, my suspicions are more on her than... And Enoch Trevor, no, he wasn't his own accomplice. Unless he has a twin. Actually, I'm thinking it's probably her. Let's try it.
Take that!
Eventually, we're gonna have to try something. Doesn't when he gets in here talking about it. The name of the person in question is... What's wrong, my Nipponese friend? Surely fear doesn't bind your tongue now. It's a little late for that. I haven't finished my sentence yet. Of course I'm afraid. Well, I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid. Die! But it's okay to lose to opponent. Must not lose to fear. Oh, yeah, this is gonna stir up some things here. I could very well turn every single person in this courtroom against me. I'm sure it'll be alright, Mr. Naruhodo. They don't have guns in here or anything. Thank you, Miss Susato. As long as you're on my side, nothing else matters. The enemy always appears larger than life, but you'll appear exactly the same to the enemy. Ah, that's an interesting way to put it. Alright then, here goes. You've kept us waiting long enough. You stopped a whole episode before telling us this. Your answer, counsel, now! Alright, now! The person who colluded with Mr. Trevor in order to carry out this wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner. Dr. Courtney Scythe, you point. You shriek. You shriek. What the blazes are you talking about? Dr. Scythe! The head of the forensic investigation team, and the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim. Oh, crap. I mean, it's the only thing that makes any sense given what we know at this point. We knew there were two bird cages, so who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. When else could the switch have occurred? It can only have been in that team's presence. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Sykes be summoned to the witness stand at once to testify. Oh, you just eat your corn. He's asleep. Oh, he's eating. Wait, somebody does have a gun in here. He's got a gun. Huh. I've got enough, kid. Oh, man. I'm too tired for this one. Stand up there trying the odds name for the mode. I didn't mean to. Well, I know the woman very well. There's no better dead room worker out there. How dare you call her criminal? Yes, what he said. How dare you? My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night. Huh, I guess you would know. But the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. First of all, it's stupid. One which the prosecution demands you address at once. A grave problem? Oh my word. Well, of course he was going to have something to counter this. Like, good lord, this is not just your everyday assertion here. This is not your run-of-the-mill accusation. Well, who do you claim acted as the victim's doppelganger? What? Right, yeah, because there would have had to be, like, 2 bodies also. I think we already know where this is going, though. Well, certainly if the birdcage containing the body of the victim was exchanged for another, that cage must also have contained a body. And yet, no missing persons or accidental deaths of anyone, even remotely resembling the victim, have been reported. Huh. Are you sure about that? Which means there was no one, dead or alive, who could have fulfilled the role of a body double for Mr. Asman. Well, he wasn't dead or alive, I can tell you that. Huh. If my argument... Baby! Can we do a kiss for a rose on the grave? If my argument is that there were 2 bird cages, then there must also have been 1 person inside each. But I don't know if I got an answer. You gotta do the Charlie Brown look. What can I do to reveal how this body double stunt was achieved? Name someone, present evidence. Present evidence. Nope, no, he's not gonna do it. Okay. I would have laughed so hard if he had. Even though it's just a me thing. Very well, the defense will address my learned friend's concerns. Oh, dude! You're turning it around on him here, by presenting evidence that reveals the true nature of Mr. Asman's body double. Good gracious, evidence? I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name. Yes, a name, damn it. If you think you have relevant evidence, present it now. J.G. Wentworth. The body double and the birdcage were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage, which means that any witnesses would only have seen them from 60 feet away. So who was it that appeared out of that explosion some 18 meters above the spectators? Aha! I just thought of it! Just now! The body double inside the second birdcage was... This? We don't have, like, the whole body, but we have the head. If we're gonna go with this line of thinking, like, I'm gonna have to... Wow. Yeah, let's try it. Ugh. No, though. We know that the victim, Mr. Asman, was in the birdcage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on stage. And therefore, he could not have been inside the second birdcage. Instead, that contains something else. What's been described as a body double, which is what fell from the sky and crashed into the Crystal Tower. Yes, counsel, according to a somewhat elaborate version of events. And let me tell you, and that body double inside the second birdcage was, in fact... He's like, I can't say this. I can't go through with this. My eyes. It's alright, Mr. Naruhodo. You're ready for this. Just steel yourself and come out with it. Use Endure if you have to. You'll survive with 1 HP at least. Thank you, Miss Susato. I needed that. Oh, sometimes you just can't bring it. You know, you can't bring it. As I was saying, the body double inside the second birdcage was... As unbelievable as it may seem, that thing there, what, that was just sitting there the whole time? It was just sitting there the whole time. Maybe they had like an evidence box in here or something. He had to close his eyes to do it. He was just that scared. Man, look at that.
Objection.
If that thing starts moving, I swear to God. I swear to God, man. Open your eyes and look into mine, my Nipponese friend. Okay. I'm doing it. Are you happy now? Now tell me. What are you playing at? I mean, how hard is it to believe, you know? You could put a body in there. If you set it all up right. Stand firm now, Rinosuke. This is the time to show your Japanese spirit. As the court will observe, this is a waxwork model. A model, in fact, of an infamous London murderer from 10 years ago, the Professor.
Objection!
You started by indicating the leader of the Fit as an accomplice in this crime. And now you've moved on to indicting waxworks. Yup, that's about the size of it. Hey, Cranky Kong once said that, I think. But why? And why this waxwork? It looks nothing like the victim. In fact, it could hardly resemble him less. What possible justification can you give? Let me tell you. If you want to know why, ask Mr. Drebber. What? Oh yeah. Just days before Professor Hairbrain performed his public demonstration, Mr. Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tussauds. Did you say abducted? Oh, crap. And 2 days after the incident at the Great Exhibition, he returned it to the museum. What a coincidence! Then the timing. Is this true, Mr. Drebber? What the hell have you been up to? Ugh, At first I couldn't see why Mr. Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and then given it back again. But now, the reason is clear. It seems so obvious now, jeez. He took it so that he could put it inside the second birdcage as a body double for Mr. Asman. Oh, this guy,
Objection!
man. Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? That the witness fabricated this vast machine with the intention of deceiving some wretched scientist. That he did so in collusion with the country's finest coroner on a public stage in front of a vast audience. It boggles the mind, I tell you. Boggle. And that to effect the deception. He used a waxwork model that in no way resembles the victim. Are we really to believe this far-fetched tale? What do you decide?
Objection!
I don't know, I think I might have a few of them. My hands are really slippery right now. Wait. Yes, if you put it like that, of course it sounds implausible. Good lord. Man, I was really leaning forward there. I need to speak, if you please. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement. Oh no. Who are we even pronouncing guilty at this point? I don't even know anymore. Huh, very good in that case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your leanings for the court here now.
Guilty!
It's going to be guilty, and we're going to do it. A summation examination, change their minds,
Guilty.
and everything's going to be just
Guilty.
fine. So I don't care.
Guilty!
I'm not scared.
Kill me!
I don't care. Guilty. Say guilty all you want. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, the scales are so cool, though. Man. So, as indicated by the foreman, the jury has reached a consensus. I knew that was going to happen. Well, so did I. We shall get through this, Mr. Naruhodo, as we always do. And uncover some new truths along the way, I'm quite sure. Like, it's easy to sit here as a player and say, well, I know there's a way through the game, because there has to be. But, like, when you're this character and you're in this situation, and you don't know, you don't have that assurance, you know, they're fighting for their lives up here, you know? So it's easy to, I mean, you really have to put yourself in their shoes and just sympathize. Like, even though I say I knew what was going to happen, I still feel for these two right now in the midst of this battle. I'm going to have to appeal to the jurors as usual and see if I can persuade them to change their minds. The defense will now embark on a summation examination, as usual. Are you and your fellows ready to proceed, Mr. Foreman? We are, my lord. Very well. In that case, I ask you now to state clearly for all present to hear the grounds on which each of you has decided that the defendant is guilty of the crime. I don't know, I just think he's guilty. I mean, I thought so very early in the case. I mean, nobody proved otherwise. Nobody has to prove otherwise. The defendant doesn't even have to open his mouth. That's in the Constitution. I know. Wait, I've known that woman for years. She'd never been an accomplice. It's such a nonsense to think these two would ever be conniving with one another. Oh dear, this is most troubling. But surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it? I've had my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much. Huh. Well, welcome to the 21st century, boy. I'll see no work as proof of this waxwork is ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture. Accusing someone without right evidences is not a proper job, is he? I won't have it. Oh, is that all we're gonna get? Huh. Somewhat unsurprisingly, I'm yawning again. It seems the introduction of this waxwork model to the proceedings has polarized opinion. Given that its face is obscured, and its build in no way resembles that of the victim. Can we just tell him this head comes off? You know, you can put any head on there. Oh, man. Oh. Given that its face is obscured, and its build in no way resembles that of the victim. Its build. I love build as a noun, that's just funny. I can only applaud my learned friend's temerity at suggesting it as Mr. Asmon's body double. But there is the whole thing about people can only see it from far away, as if they really notice. Yes, the applause is deafening, and yes, I know it seems extraordinary. But that's the point. Well, that's the point. That's why I have a strong feeling it's actually a greater clue than anyone yet realizes. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? I can't explain why at the moment, but I feel as though there's a specific reason why it was used. Why it had to be this model. Really? A reason why nothing else would do, you mean? No other waxwork figure could be used? Like, he couldn't, like, hire someone to make it on the down low instead of stealing one? I don't know. I guess that would be pretty costly, but yeah. Yes, and I'm convinced it's something far more significant than whether or not the model looked like the victim. Well, if that's the case, we must prevent the trial from ending prematurely at all costs. Yes, agreed. Egregiously agreed. I have to find a way out of this. How am I going to get out of this? Think! Owie! If you're already counseled, stop quoting liar liar and proceed with a damn examination already. Damn examination, bam-a-lamb. I still have such fond memories of Spirit of Justice, singing Black Betty to the damn-a-lamb, even though that's not how you pronounce that in case 1. Ugh. I've known that woman for years, she'd never been a call. Why is he going first? Such nonsense to think these two would ever be conniving with one another, he says with a paper in front of his face. Oh dear, this is most troubling, but surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it? I've had my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much. So yeah, it's probably this guy. And, let's see, conjecture. It's not a proper job, and I won't have it. So like 3 and 6, maybe? Yeah, but on the other hand, it explains a lot. There really is a reason why that particular waxwork had to be used. We must do everything. Like, I mean, it's almost like they're trying to bring it up so that people will start talking about it again, because maybe they were like, oh, well, everybody's given up because it's a 10-year-old case now. And, like, the guy's really still alive, and he's trying to find a way to, like, bring that out to the public without just coming out and saying it, because nobody would believe him if he just said it. I don't know, that seems awfully weird, though. That'd be an awfully weird way to do it. Like, why not just... If that was the case, why would not just leave the model sitting out in the street or something, if that's what you were trying to do? So, that's probably not it. Truth is, I'm sure that's the key to this, but it's the most puzzling part of it, too. Like, if we're going with the angle of you can't trust the cops, then... Yeah, and that's probably what we need to do if we're going to, you know, prove that he was in cahoots with Sith. In that case, you should see what additional information you can glean whilst trying to change the jurors' minds. If you can read a book whilst eating a rice cracker, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm sure you can do this. Well, I got the eating part down, I can tell you that. Rice cracker? Well, yeah, rice... I've kind of gotten hooked on rice crackers lately, the chip-flavored ones. It's so weird that number 6 is number 1. I really can't get over that. Like, what is that? Alright, I guess we'll go and press and see what we can get out of this. As they did say, try to glean more information while pitting them, so The order thing seems to have changed around here for some reason. Yeah. I'm a copper, lad. It's a copper's discretion to bend the rules sometimes when needs must. Wait a minute. When did I wake up? What's wrong with that? Where do I start? I've been working in the yard for 40-odd years, you know. That's even more than I thought. That's twice as long as I've been alive, just about. We've only had a Metropolitan Police Service in town for 70 years, you know? Of course, times have changed. Now they call us the Metropolitan Mutant of Cops. It really isn't very flattering. The public didn't trust coppers back when I started. It was rough. We had to fight crime, and we had to fight to win the public's trust as well. And when we did, forensic science was in its infancy too, even more than it is now, and she spearheaded the revolution. Dr. Sith, you mean? Scythe. I'm pretty sure it's Scythe. That's right, because like there's it's like life, you know, L-I-T-H-E. Anyway, that's right. About 10 years ago now it was, when I was still a youngish Bobby on the beat. 10 years ago, you weren't that young, probably. Also, that's a hell of a mustache. That's when she started making a name for herself as a top-class coroner. And now look at her, head of the forensic investigation team, and a woman no less. Damn, wow, didn't you hear me complain? It's what we all dreamt of back then, I tell ya. Could you tell me without holding that gun in the air? We were all out to uphold justice, lad. Full of vim we were, full of vim. Just like partners in time. That's coming across loud and clear. Well, at least you're not shooting through a megaphone like that other guy, what's-his-face from Case 1-5. Ugh. It's utter nonsense to think those two could ever be conniving. Hold it! Okay. But we're only just starting to understand this case. Only just starting is a relative term, you know? What are you reading there, sir? The man behind those murders on Solar Pond Street was caught 2 days flat. That's real policing for you. That's really not relevant to this case, is it? Please tell me it's not. You're wrong there. Because it was Dr. Scythe in charge of examining the bodies. And it was evidence arising from her work that led to the arrest of the scoundrel responsible. Oh. Okay, so she did something right one time. That doesn't mean she's infallible here. And she would never do it. That's right, oh, that woman is at the forefront of this country's fight against crime. The idea that she's somehow involved in this murky business is a load of trash, man. Old tosh. I thought it was up to me to press the jurors, not the other way around. Doesn't always work that way. I do kind of want to hear this one for sure. What's work with a man's soul has nothing to do with the coroner. Hold it! I mean, well, I don't know. Why would you assume that? Well, why would you assume otherwise? Well, quite simply because that unsettling swindler has no relationship with a woman, does he? True. Aside from their gray hair. Aside from the fact that I thought she was him when I first met her. As it stands, we don't know of any connection. Oh gosh, but it would be delightfully romantic if they were somehow to have a mutual interest in the waxwork. Romantic? A woman of society such as myself views everything in terms of relationships, you know? Uh-oh, hang on. A woman of society such as myself views everything in terms of relationships, you know? Oh, a lot depends on that in the world, actually. Well, you learn something new every day, even if you don't want to. One might wonder about a possible relationship between the defendant and this coroner woman. Or perhaps between the defendant and the handsome prosecutor just there. Whoa! Well, they were friends, I mean... This woman may be more astute than I've been giving her credit for. She could be helpful in this, I don't know, she seems... I didn't think she was gonna be like that at first. I thought she was like another uptight, you know, like uppity, negative Nancy or some Karen or some crap, I don't know. If that's the woman's stance, then perhaps demonstrating some connection between the waxwork and Dr. Scythe would be enough. Yes, I agree. That involves presenting evidence, though, and that's not what we're doing here. Unless we get somebody else who's talking about something similar. As soon as we have even a whiff of a connection, she'll be the first to know. Alright, keep that in mind, then. And do keep that in mind. Don't say you're going to keep that in mind and then forget it 2 minutes later, Timbo. Also, breathe! Breathe! Anyway, here we go. I've had my own problem. Yeah, with whenever the police had to cross somebody. Wait, no, go back. I want to hear this, too. This is like, this is important. Hold it! They get into all kinds of crap. He's probably going to say something and Juror 6 is going to react to it. What sort of problems? Oh, man. Well, let's just say we have run into each other on numerous occasions while I've been out performing on the street. Oh, this kind of happened in Xenoblade 3 too, did it not? Obviously, artists such as myself cannot appear on stage as we work in close proximity to our audiences. So we perform our great magic in parks, on street corners, and the like. But the police use any excuse to make our lives difficult. Sometimes they even cook up a story to extort monies from the poor. Really? That's definitely not right. How do you go about doing that? Yes, and it is why I say that if you trust the police, you will have trouble. But here you are, claiming this waxwork model was stolen to star in an illusionary spectacular. I had to read that a second time. The idea is so wild, I think I will take my chances and believe the authorities on this occasion. Oh, this is how the public at large views Scotland Yard, is it? Well, that's how he views it, but... Our own police force in Tokyo is not even 20 years old yet, is it? Perhaps we should view what's happened here in London as a measure of what may happen at home. Well, that's why we study history in general, try to learn from the mistakes of our forefathers, as it were. Like a Scotland Yardstick. Are you really making jokes right now? I wonder how a policeman would feel listening to the way this juror speaks about the force. Oh, I'm sure he'd have a word or two to say in response. Gee, maybe it really was 3 and 6, like I said in the first place. I should press these others just to make sure nothing else comes up, but I don't think anything will. Also, this guy's got a lot of medals on his coat, I'll tell you. I mean, do you really have to wear those around all day? Wouldn't they get dirty and shit? See no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture. It's dentures. But you claimed the whole instantaneous kinesis demonstration was a trick. That's what I did. But there's more than one way to pull a rabbit out of a hat, isn't there? Sorry? Sorry? Did I just say sorry? Spending too much time in Canada lately. I grant you, given that this cage appeared from amidst an explosion, there'd have been no need to use a real person. But if a waxwork had been used, the culprit could at least have had the decency to make it look like the victim. I'm not sure exactly how much criminals are governed by decency. The point is, if you're going to make a claim about that waxwork being inside the birdcage, you need to give us some evidence. Without that, it's just not science. I suppose we should expect nothing less than a logical argument from a fellow of the Royal Society. But that perhaps means his mind could be changed if we manage to present suitable evidence. Well, just maybe. Evidence that Professor Waxwork was inside that birdcage. Can I produce that or not? Wait, you're asking me this now? Should I try this? Oh gosh, oh man. I kind of wanted to say I have nothing and get to that 5th one. Then at least I'll have them all pressed and I'll feel better about whatever, because I can always come back to this later. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Well, I can say quite categorically, sir, that we have no such evidence at the present time. That much was abundantly clear before that brassy proclamation, I assure you. And why do you count on the fact that I shan't be changing my leading? Oh dear, that proclamation was even brassier than yours, Mr. Naruto. Yeah, I'm not messing with that dude, like, seriously. I thought that was a face behind me at first. Behind his left shoulder. Like, it's an archway, but it looked like a face for a second. If only we had some evidence, things might be different, though. And the way he said that kind of makes me think maybe we actually don't. Accusing someone without right evidence, it's not a proper job, is he? I won't have it. This seems like the garbage juror. I mean, not that she's garbage herself or anything, but like, she's probably the one that we're not gonna mess with too much here. I gotta ask, why have you brought that corn into court with you? Because, gentlemen, behold! Colonel Cobb, he's been growing on the farm. Picked him up when he went into town. He's a proper nibbler, he is. I think you're the one nibbling. The nibbling seems to be taking quite a while. Maybe you could wait till after the trial? But why? I have free will. I don't like the sound of that. You need colonels at times. You need colonels at times like these. Colonels. Whenever I submit to decide, the colonels always point me in the right direction. See? I'm talking about your magic 8-ball of corn. Oh, everybody's got to have something. Everybody's got to have something. Nibble, nobble, guilty, bobble, nibble. Oh, nibble, nobble, guilty, bobble. Nibble not guilty. What? Wait. Does this mean something? Is there some hidden message in here? Yeah, I heard you the first time, lady. Perhaps it's akin to fortune-telling with flower petals, like people do back home. So Professor Hairbrain's fate is to be decided by a cob of corn. This is what we've come to, y'all. The absolute state of Phoenix Wright. Or Ace Attorney, rather. Could you not at least wait until we've had more time to find the truth before deciding on the defendant's guilt? We are trying to kind of turn the tides here, so anything we can get. Yeah, scrounge, you know? So I don't know about that. My tum's awfully full already. Well then, amazing. Oh, dude. God. Wow, dude. Oh, man. Oh, I love this game. Oh, it seems a little far-fetched to think that the wax were one of the... Yeah, we already heard this, so, Alright, well, here we are 10 minutes later. Let me go ahead and just... let's go ahead and do the pit that I was saying I was going to do in the first place. So, we want you...
Objection!
Wait, did I do that right? I thought I was going to have to choose both of them, and I chose pit on him, so... So savings are fundamentally at odds with one another. Well, Mr. Foreman, I don't know if I like the way that, they worded that. That sounds like a stock answer for you being wrong. This will be a new Sherlock Holmes adventure published next month by the looks. My lord, the foreman of the jury isn't listening. Is that so? Well, I shall have to reserve myself a copy at the local news agent in that case. What? Miss Susato, no one is listening to what I'm saying. Perhaps this will be a good opportunity to have a rethink then, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Am I gonna lose a point for this? I'm gonna be in trouble here. Fear not, my learned friend, I've heard every sorry word. Oh wow, we're in a rite passage here now. A rite of passage, rather. Did I even do that right, though? Oh, that's the thing that's so screwed up about it, though. Because if the body double, ergo, the waxwork model, is the one that fell into the crystal tower, then why is there glass in the picture? Like, because this has blood on it, which makes me think this is the actual body. And yet there's glass next to it. That's not good for us, is it? After the argument we've been trying to make. Unless the blood is fake. Wait, what did this say? Oh, did I ever read this? Oh my god, I never read this, did I? Shit. Dreber's contract. Contract between Mr. Asman and Mr. Dreber. Detailing the terms by which they would profit from the... Well, maybe I did. The investor, Mr. Odie Asman, hereby enters into contract with the provider, Mr. Enoch Dreber, to fund labor and materials for the construction of a super high-voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Mr. Dreber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from government grants or other income. Mr. Dreber may only uphold this right on the condition that both contracting parties are alive. Yeah, so this was like this was a problem because it means he didn't have a motive. But the police use any excuse to make our lives difficult. There he is. Oh, baby, let's go. Excuse me. Do you have something to say in response to that, Mr. Ottermole? Who are you calling a mass murderer, anyway? Sorry, my mistake. I got confused because I heard you look like him. I don't look anything like the man. What, do you want to be locked up, Sonny? Oh, crap. Thanks, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, man. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I had to check in on Kirby. I wasn't sure if he was... Yeah, he's okay. You know, poor little guy. He's so sad because Emil's gone. Perhaps I could move on. I was really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to what juror number 3 just said? Oh man, nice twirling there. And clearly you do. Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this. What was it like, sir? We worked our fingers to the bone to earn the public's trust, we did. And by Jove, we earned it. By Jove, justice, we earned it. People respected us back then. I told you what to respect. Respected you? Huh. No one would have called the coroner into question in them days. The coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens put her name to it. Okay. She was the best of the best. Real... hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney? I was gonna say, it's Courtney Scythe, right? But he's talking about, like, an older, like, coroner, I think. Sorry, I got a bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's maiden name. Oh. Oh. Have we seen that name elsewhere? Maiden name. Wait, so wait, she got married then? I wasn't aware of this. Her maiden name, so that was before she was married. Surely, oh man, I'm gonna feel really stupid if I'm not remembering this, but I don't remember anything about her being married. I don't know if that matters, though. I mean, she's like, what does that have to do with her job? And, of course, yeah, silly me. It's Scythe now, isn't it? Stevens. I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere recently. I have, dude. Anyway, the point is, those were the great days of policing, not like now. I want to look at this for a second. I'm gonna just double check. Exploding photograph, killer's autopsy report. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I knew I'd seen it somewhere. So and what is this? This is the autopsy report for the prisoner. And that was 10 years ago, so... Yeah, Courtney Stevens, it says right there. Huh. Does it say that anywhere else? I mean, we can use that, though. Like, where it's... Why does it even matter, though? What is that going to prove? Anyway, the point is, those were the great days of police, and not like now. Sorry to interrupt, sir. But do you think you could change your statement to include that name? Well, yeah, I don't see why not. Oh, wait a second, though. She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew her, of course. A legendary coroner even then. Let me just press this, I think. She was legendary, was she? What'd you say? Oh, I'm sorry, she was legendary. That woman is still the best coroner in the land, head of the forensic investigation team. Legendary was your description, sir, not mine. Rubbish, that word never passed my lips. I'd never describe anybody in that way, ever. Not if they were still in the game. But... Okay. I think the point you're trying to make is that Dr. Scythe is an extremely talented coroner. Would that be fair? It would. If it weren't for the fact that you're trying to drag that legendary woman's reputation through the mud. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that legendary. Okay. So who was it that was saying that it was you? It's troubling, but surely the waxworks man still has nothing to do with the coroner. You against... Let's make sure I don't do this wrong here. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious! To whose statements do you refer, counsel? I'm just getting to the point where I think when he says good gracious, that means you got the right answer. So, juror number 2. Oh gosh, me? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? I presume that you heard what your footsteps... So Dr. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens, by the way. And through that name, the coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. The defense has evidence to prove it. We sure do. My goodness, evidence, you say? How utterly enthralling. Oh, you bet. Counsel, the court cannot overlook that last remark. I very much hope there is substance to your claim. Baby, I've got substance oozing from every orifice right now. You're about to see every bit of it. Ugh. Back me up against a wall, you forced me to use this. You forced me to use this! That's it. Damn name right there. I have here a certain autopsy report from 10 years ago. Thank you, Gregson, let me tell you. A 10-year-old autopsy report. Whatever, what relevance... Holy shit! It is, of course, from the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork, the killer known as the Professor. His assistant has, like, literally done nothing besides pull out his sword all this time. I'm wondering why he's even here. The Professor's? But the man was a capital offender, so... That's right. This is the certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. But what's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens, man. Oh my, Courtney Stevens! Strike a light! Strike a pose. It appears that the Professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. And a few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork of the professor from Madame Tussville's. A waxwork that doesn't, in fact, resemble the victim, Mr. Asman, at all. So, but... And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those events? Absolutely, I'm sure of it. No doubt in my mind that the Professor case is at the heart of a link that we've yet to uncover. Between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch Drebber. Oh boy. There is some serious crap coming down here. Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships, the toilet.
The toilet.
This is almost extraordinary. We're surely obliged now to explore this further. Oh, we got one. Oh boy, we're gonna need to get 4 though to turn this around. Quite right, we can't let this trial come to an end now. Not while there's this cloud of suspicion hanging over the yard's best corner. Wasn't like this in my day, but we're still here to uphold justice in the end. Yeah, damn right, dude. Damn right. I'm just noticing the stained glass windows in the background. It looks really cool. Well, good job, sir. Here's a rewarding pretty lady for you to look at. It's the professor. That's what links that frightful swindler in the corner. I've had my own problems with members of Howard. Back to this again now. I already pressed you earlier. Like, is the same thing gonna happen? Probably not. I'm not gonna react to it again. Who else have we not pressed here? Let me see. I see no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture. Oh, dude, we have proof of that. Hang on a second. I do have some evidence that proves the waxwork was inside that birdcage. Namely, here we go.
Take that!
What's that? A piece of glass. What does that prove? That was unusually thick for glass. Yes, it's a piece of broken glass that we found inside the jacket on the waxwork. How weird is that? As you say, it's not ordinary glass, though. It's very thick and clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower. The Crystal Tower... Oh, God! There we go, we gotcha. Exactly. The centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. You know, nothing special. On the day in question, the birdcage fell from above and smashed through the window of that special glass. From whence the small piece originated, is that it? I bet you thought I was going to say smash his face with an iron, didn't you? I withheld myself that time. Man, I'm getting a little too predictable here. Precisely, so what do you say about a not guilty turn? So we need you to do it with someone else, though, so... Now the clear evidence in support of the assertion has been placed before you. Well, I don't know, man. Well, as I said, I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, when the reasoning is sound, it's fair to say a color shouldn't come into it. In light of what you've shown me here, yes, I feel obliged to change my position on the matter. Okay, so are you gonna do it? I mean, I kind of don't want you to, because then I still have to find something with 2 others, or 1 other. I mean, it has to be 2. In that case, you're number 4. You will amend your statement now, please. Okay, amend your statement. So it's gotta be him and somebody else. The presence of that piece of glass leaves me in little doubt that the waxwork was indeed inside the birdcage. That's what we have here. Accusing someone without right evidence is not a proper charge. It might be her, actually. Well, there's only 2 others. So, utter nonsense to think those 2 would ever be conniving with one another. You. Problems. Okay, not you. Okay, so it must be 4 and 5. Put you up against you, I guess.
Objection!
Try it out. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious, you're right again. To whose statements do you refer, counsel? If you could put down your corn for a moment, juror number 5, and listen to the dulcet tones of my shoes on the floor, please. Well, you're gonna listen to the dulcet tones of my teeth first. My tom teeth. Oh, you mean me? Yeah, I mean, haven't you been paying attention here? Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the argument?
I don't understand much besides Colonel Cobb, to be honest.
Oh. Well, then maybe you should be, excused? Of course you don't. Alright, Tears of the Kingdom, baby. You play that shit. It's good, though. It's not shit. So, if I could interject here. Please do, sir. Anything. Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by some solid evidence, it would be wrong of me, as a man of science, not to pursue the matter further. All these guys have the same voice now. Oh, baby. 3-3, baby. Alright, number 5.
Oh, me too, then.
Sorry?
If this pretty gentleman says he's right, they must be. See, I would dream of going against Colonel Cobb or anyone who's got something between the ears.
Well, 3 cheers for Colonel Cobb, I guess. Well, it just put us over. Now we're back in the case again. Well, success, rice. Only takes 10 minutes to cook, if you can call it that. Now, we had to do it somehow. Thank you, counsel, that will do. As a result of the summation examination, the jury's overall leaning has changed. Well, that only took us almost an hour there. 2 jurors now call guilty, against 4 who call not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time. And the trial must continue. We did it.
Oh, Cicero, I can't believe it. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Another wonderful victory. I never thought it would happen. I thought that we were dead.
Man. Ah, this music is so good in this game. A waxwork of the despicable professor. Used as a body double for the victim in this quite extraordinary case. I must say, it's extremely hard to believe this assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear it does at least warrant further investigation. Are we going after more investigation? I don't know, we haven't been through that much trial yet here, I guess. It's the waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe. And I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link. I don't know what you're holding through, Red. I really don't. I'm so tired of this shit.
The truth, sir, by using evidence and testimony.
Evidence, my ass. Testimony, my testicles. If the court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case, then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model to be summoned as a witness. Oh, her? You mean Madame Tuspels? Madame Tuspels, yeah, sure enough. Oh. I really thought that Lord Van Zieks would object to this whole line of inquiry. I don't know. I mean, he's not out to win. He's never come across that way. Like, most of the prosecutors is like, oh, I'm all about winning. I have this perfect win record. Gotta keep with it. Gotta play the guitar. Gotta slice you with a sword. This guy is just like... He's looking... I like the way he's just looking for the truth, you know? Like, he really takes the job seriously. He's like Edgeworth, you know? He really... Like, this is probably the best prosecutor we've seen since Edgeworth. Very well, I concur. Make arrangements for Madame Tuspels to appear as a witness with immediate effect. And tell her to wear her witch's hat, because it's so cute. Listen carefully, my learned friend. Learned friend, both ending in D. Oh, yes. Just because I'm nice doesn't mean I like you. You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box. Huh. Maybe you are. No, man, you're the one standing there next to my buddy. The court shall now adjourn for 45 minutes, or, in the case of NintendoCapriSun, 2 or 3 days. During that time, he will be uploading Lufia 2 instead, if he's still on that LP, which I assume he will be. And the prosecution will summon the new witness and prepare for taking the stand. Madame Tuspels, yes. I shall see to it at once, my lord. And just like that, wow, we're getting pretty lucky here with the stop points. Taking almost exactly like 50 minutes to an hour to get through all these. That's pretty cool, though. Alright, ask me to save. Please do. And I will gladly do that. Save your current progress. Yeah, just put you right on in there. We're gonna have to start back at the top here. We're running out of spots. Return to the great departed soul. Boy, I tell you. Yeah, you can tell by the dates. Oh my god, it's 3 a.m. Is it really? Holy shit, it is. Oh, man.
Well, I guess I'm going to bed now. I might record some more of this tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, well, thanks everybody for hanging out. And next time on The Greatest Attorney 2, we sit on the couch in the Old Bailey and talk about the game. Which game? The one you lost just now, probably. Anyway. Dude! Also, here's a fart.